Hello there, and welcome to part 13 of my Silver Solstice series, which is an analysis of my most recent video, Rainbow Portal, Silver Ray and the Two Worlds Split, Winter Solstice 2017. So I've noticed something very interesting for part 13. I was just thinking before I started that 13 is the hidden number, it's the occult number, so it's a very special sacred number, as all numbers are in different ways, but 13 especially so. And then I was just looking at the next piece of text here from the channeling, and the very first line is, "That which has been hidden shall come to light." Now, I didn't plan this. I didn't sit down and think, oh, I'll do this bit for part one and this bit for part two. I've just carried on and finished naturally when I felt that that felt right. So I didn't plan this, and it's part 13, the hidden number, the occult number, and the very first line is, "That which has been hidden shall come to light." So what's happening here is synchronicity is putting an extra stamp onto that moment. So we've got two things that tie up here: a synchronistic situation, a synchronization of energy through number, through the hidden number. 13 is the hidden number, and the first line is, "That which has hidden shall come to light," which gives weight to that statement. That which has been hidden shall come to light gives the fact that this is part 13 gives weight to that statement, meaning that that is most accurately so. This is how it is. This is the truth. That which has been hidden shall come to light. So this is this great reveal. And the 9 were calling 2017 the year of the great reveal. And much has been revealed in many ways to us in 2017, with December, specifically the winter solstice, being this ultimate point for this revealing, this unveiling. So I will continue on with the text. "That which has been hidden shall come to light. More and more shall be revealed, and a journey of change runs through the sleeping population, waking them from their slumber with a shake and a shock, a quick awakening, a rude awakening, if you will." So that which has been hidden shall come to light. So everything that's been hidden, not necessarily everything all at once, but everything that has been hidden on all levels is showing itself. This is you, the shadow, your family, your friends, your workplace, secrets that have been hidden from you, family secrets that have been buried for many years along the ancestral line, and then of course the global reality, the hidden agendas of the service to self groups, the politics, the financial system, the nutrition system, the school system, everything is becoming clear, showing itself. The hidden extraterrestrial agenda, the hidden agenda of the free technologies, everything is unveiling. But ultimately, we take that out of the third dimension and look at the multidimensionality. What's been hidden to us is the clarity and understanding of reality. Reality when it comes to our planet, the history of our planet, the history of Earth, but also our intrinsic connection with the all, our knowing that we are source, and our intrinsic connection with the higher dimensions, and how we can connect with them and how we are them, how to create the power that we have innately, and the return to the rightful divine organic crystalline structure. That has been hidden. That shall come to light. And then we can look at those words, shall come to light. That which has been hidden are the dormant DNA codes that have been switched off, or dumbed down, or deliberately cut, or we chose to take them offline, or whatever metaphor you use, they're all true, shall come to light. So literally, we are becoming light. That which has been hidden within us the DNA codons that have been switched off are now becoming light. So there are many layers to this, and the number 13 is the hidden number, the number that is stepping outside of what is seen. It's now coming forward, and this is part 13. So more and more shall be revealed. Self-explanatory. More and more shall be revealed on all levels about everything. And ultimately, this is third dimensional. This is also fifth dimensional. This is spiritual. This is the antimatter, unseen, dreamtime hyperspace worlds that are being revealed, as well as the physical world. So revealing is going on all levels. And if you look at the individuals that are teaching this, that are doing research and then sharing their research, if you, for example, just take YouTube as one platform, and obviously it's a major platform, within that platform you will find people revealing on all levels. The third dimensional hidden agendas are being revealed in all different areas. The spiritual and higher dimensional truths are being revealed on all areas, and the starseeds take their place in that revealing. So if you're a starseed, you're not necessarily just having the hidden reality revealed to you. You are a deliverer of that hidden reality. You are one of the revealers. The starseeds are the revealers. So you can be a starseed and have information revealed to you, but you are also revealing it as well to others. You are the ones lifting the veils, or should I say, we are the ones lifting the veils. The starseeds are the ones lifting the veils. And you can call these starseeds by many names. There are many names to call them. I won't go into that now, as that's touched on in many of my videos, but starseeds encompasses lots. And a journey of change runs through the sleeping population. So the sleeping population being the unaware, the individuals who haven't woken up to the truth of the hidden agendas within the third dimension and the truth of ultimate reality in the higher dimensional states. The sleeping population, a journey of change runs through them, as well as through the aware ones. So we are seeing the sleeping population waking up to something, to many things. Each one may be awakening to different things and different realizations, but this journey of change is running through the sleeping population, waking them from their slumber with a shake and a shock. So the individual who wakes up to the truth of the hidden realities and hidden agendas within the third dimension will do this on their own terms. They may have had a bit of a shock awakening as well, but they will do this on their own terms. They will have had time to do research and to find out what this is all about and what is hidden. The individuals waking up spiritually will have gone through, most of them will have gone through a fairly slow, gentle awakening. Many will be fast-tracked. Many will have powerful Kundalini awakenings, which aren't necessarily blissful and pleasant at all times. They can be also quite shocking to the system, but they will have had time to go through this awakening and be awake and aware for this time period. But those that stay sleeping at this time into 2017, specifically in December 2017 around the winter solstice, are awoken from their slumber with a shake and a shock. So if you imagine someone sleeping in a chair, instead of tapping them and say, wake up, it's time to wake up, nice and gentle, or play some beautiful music, you're grabbing hold of the back of their chair and shaking the chair. That's kind of how it is. It's like the sleeping, instead of a slow awakening, a slow realization, a slow dawning of truth, it's like, what? That sort of thing. That shake and a shock. A quick awakening. So as I said, this is fast, this is quick, this is, what did you say? What did you just show me? What did I just see? What did I just feel? Without this slower pace of awakening that those that are already awake will have gone through to a degree. a rude awakening, if you will, which I think means the same thing. A rude awakening, not really a not really a phrase I ever use, but it's very much awakening to the truth that is not necessarily pleasant to that individual when they awake to that truth. A rude awakening is, oh my goodness, what is that? And it's not really, oh, this is amazing, what a wonderful vision I'm seeing, or what a fantastic awakening, which would have been very much part of the individual's awakening spiritually into the fifth dimensional energy, because the joy and the love of that energy is there within that awakening. This will be very much, oh my goodness, I didn't want to see that, I can't believe that, this can't be real, that sort of thing, because they haven't had the preparation of being awake up until this point. Now, somebody asked me, have I missed out because my awakening was a few months ago and I didn't have the awakening at the 11-11-11 or the 12-12-12? My answer to that is no. And what I've actually said here before is, if you look at the true reality, that which you awaken to, the realization of truth as being a spiral, or even a better, even though it is a spiral, an easier metaphor would to see it as a circle. So this circle is going round and round and round like a merry-go-round. Whenever you jump onto that circle, you land in a circle. It's not like you're in a line and you awaken and you're down here, and all the people who are already awake are up here way above you and you're way behind them because you only woke up a few months ago, and you'll never catch up because they're up here. That's not the accurate geometry for this. This is a circle. So you jump into the circle, and wherever you are, whenever you awaken, you land in that circle, and that circle is going round with everyone else that's awake. So you're on that same merry-go-round or roundabout or spiraling geometry that they are. That's how it's been. The reason why this is different is because the awakening, it's not about, did you miss out if you had your awakening a few months ago? No, but if your awakening comes about by you being completely asleep to all these truths and all these realities, and then something occurs around this time period, December 2017, around the winter solstice, that is more of a shock awakening. It's like you are thrown into the circle that you didn't even know the circle was there. So because of the time period and the type of reveal that is occurring right now, due to this extreme polarization within humanity, that's creating a different kind of awakening. That's not to say that these individuals that awaken through this method, through this energy, are going to stay in a state of shock or a state of disbelief or horror or whatever it may be that they feel, because eventually they will move into that same circle, but they will have assistance on the physical level, and that's where we come in as starseeds. The gentle, slow spiritual experience that many of you starseeds experienced is not the way at this time, due to the fall down, indeed crash down, of the Dark Alliance, Dark Cabal, service to self structure. The entire service to self structure is crumbling before the very eyes of the sleeping population upon the old earth. Their first sight and sound of a new reality is not the beauty and the joy that you see and you are. It is something they have been pushing back into the shadow, and it is mirrored in their own energetic makeup and in their own microcosmic reality as it presents before them on the global stage. So that kind of is self-explanatory, but I'll go through it. As I've said, the gentle, slow spiritual awakening that many of you starseeds experienced is not the way at this time. So I've just gone through that. Due to the fall down, indeed the crash down of the Dark Alliance, Dark Cabal, service to self structure. So this is the reason. It's because the fall down, indeed the crash down, so the nine are saying, this energy is falling, indeed it's crashing, so it's this tumbling down that is so evident to all, including the sleeping population. Because it's crashing down in this way, And because the individuals or the group or the structure that's crashing down is the dark cabal service to self structure, that's the reason why this is a rude awakening, a shock, a quick awakening. That's why it's not gentle and slow, because of what's happening in the third dimension. The entire service to self structure is crumbling before the very eyes of the sleeping population upon the old earth. So we know that the service to self structure has been crumbling for some time, but it hasn't necessarily been tangible in the third dimensional reality. I mean, we've known for many years. Even if you've only woken up a few months ago, it makes no difference, because you can catch up with what's going on. You're catching up energetically within, and you are taking your place in that circle. So if you are awake now, it doesn't matter if you woke up yesterday, if you're waking up right this very minute, or if you woke up when you were 5 years old, sort of 50 years ago. It doesn't matter. You are there in that energy. The entire service to self structure is crumbling before the very eyes of the sleeping population upon the old earth. So we've seen it, and we can see it, and we've known about it, and we knew about it before we saw it. In fact, our energetic work has brought this about. It's what we incarnated for, not to bring down the service to self structure. We incarnated to assist in whatever way we could with the ascension process, because we answered a call. We answered a call for assistance. And that's why we're here. And this is part of us doing our job, walking our mission. So we've seen this service to self structure crumbling before our eyes. Now the sleeping population see it. So this has to be third dimensionally tangible for those that are unaware to see what's happening. That's what this whole transmission about the winter solstice 2017, that's what this transmission is about. Their first sight and sound of a new reality is not the beauty and the joy that you see and that you are. So when you awoke spiritually, your first sight and sound of a new reality would entail and contain and create beauty and joy. Even if it was a fast tracking, powerful Kundalini awakening, which is more on the rare side-ish. A lot of people did have that. So that would be very much like, what is happening to me? But that you still will have seen beauty and joy within that, even if that was challenging and confusing. And those who had a more gentle awakening, they definitely will have seen beauty and joy. And for many, beauty and joy is the very first thing you saw. You didn't even see the dark side. You didn't even see the service to self-structure crumbling. You saw the joy first. Many starseeds moved into that way of awakening. This is not how it is for the individuals that are asleep. The first sight and sound of a new reality is not the beauty and joy that you saw and that you are. It's something they have been pushing back into the shadow. So for them to be pushing it back, obviously on some level it's been seen, but they're ignoring, burying their head in the sand, pushing it away in a state of disbelief. Now, the reason for that is very much because of the system, the way the system is set up. It actually creates a kind of a mind control, really, to the individuals that are asleep, so that when this new reality shows itself to them, they are conditioned and brainwashed into not understanding it, not seeing it, and not decoding it. So they can't look at it. Hence the reason why they've been pushing it back. It is something they've been pushing back into the shadow, and it is mirrored in their own energetic makeup. So when a global reality shows itself, which is a new reality, or potentially a higher dimensional reality shows itself, which is a new reality, it's mirrored in their own energetic makeup. And you remember I was saying about how when you go into the fifth dimension, everything is magnified. Well, if you are still sleeping at this stage, then there will have been aspects of you that you haven't cleared. Otherwise, you wouldn't be asleep. The clearing process naturally wakes you up, and the awakening naturally clears you. So they would still have issues that are buried that would need to be looked at in their own individual makeup, and that will mirror what they're seeing within this new reality. So that's why it's pushed away. But again, a lot of this is to do with the way the system is set up. The system is set up so that people can't wake up, or that was the intention. Of course, it didn't work, did it? Because we have woken up, but there are still some that have not. There are still many that have not. It is something they've been pushing back into the shadow, and it is mirrored in their own energetic makeup and in their own microcosmic reality. So that's the individualized aspect, the world that they see around them in their own immediate reality, rather than the global or the multidimensional. In their own microcosmic reality as it presents before them on the global stage. So what's happening within the third dimension is showing itself to them, and that's mirroring their own shadow. So that's why it's a rude awakening, because it's not just an awakening of, oh my goodness, what does that mean that I see over there? What they're also getting simultaneously is, what does this mean that I see down here in me and around me? It's pushing up that which has been buried. The hidden reality, the hidden number 13, the code of the 13, the 13th Baktun, which is the Mayan calendar period. That is the section of time that is when this ascension process is evident and takes place. There's a whole it's a whole other subject, a whole other transmission about the 13, but ultimately this is a hidden occult reality. Occult meaning hidden, but not hidden necessarily for a dark agenda. There is a dark agenda of secrets. There is a dark agenda to hide. There is also a more I don't know what word I'm looking for here. It's more of you remember I was talking about protective, not being protective as in protecting from something that's going to harm you, but a protective casing around you in the earlier part of the Silver Solstice series. It's like that. It's a hermetic seal. It's hidden in order to preserve it and protect it. So let's just take the truth of reality. You've got service to self, keeping that a secret because they don't want you to be empowered and they want to control you. You've got service to others, keeping this a secret because they're protecting it. They don't want it to be caught, got hold of, and destroyed. They're protecting it until the time is right. These are the two different meanings of hidden and occult and the number 13. So it's positive and negative simultaneously. You who hold the rainbow codes and the golden thread shall be there for your brothers and sisters who are shocked awake from their slumber. And they want so much to stay asleep and return to sleep after awakening. And you who try to help them, you may well stand as the brunt of their frustrations, and you may well stand as a target for their distress and emotional unbalanced displays. So, you who hold the rainbow codes and the golden thread, you are the activated ones. You are the ones that are awake. You are the deliverers of this truth. You are the revealers. You are the starseeds. You shall be there for your brothers and sisters who are shocked awake. So you are there for others. You are there for your family, there for your friends. You are the messengers. You are there to assist these individuals, deliver to them that which they don't know. You are there to heal them. You are their healers in whatever way this may be. And as I've said before, you don't have to. Some people are have this feeling where they don't want to help others. They're very much like, I've been awake for ages and I'm annoyed with all of you for not waking up, because it's taken too long and I don't want to help you. It's your own fault that you haven't awoken yet. I've addressed this in previous parts to the Silver Solstice series. That's an understandable way of thinking, and I'm not leaving you out when I talk to you all here. I understand your perspective, and that's something that, as I said, it's understandable, because there's been a lot of waiting and waiting and waiting within the third dimension for this time period, and the frustrations with everyone else, it's understandable. It's like being in a classroom and the teacher is teaching a subject. You're learning and you love this subject and you're learning at a good fast pace, but everyone else in the classroom isn't learning as fast as you. So you have to keep going over old ground again and again and again for the rest of your classmates so that they get this subject, and you are frustrated because you want to go forward. That's kind of where you are. Understandable. But I'm now speaking to those who are fully compassionate towards these individuals that haven't woken up and understand the whole agenda of control and brainwashing and the system, and they want to be helping these individuals. They are healers, they are messengers, and they are there ready and waiting. They've known for years about this time period. Many have known since they were children. One day something you do will be needed by many, and they've waited to step into their roles as teachers and healers. Many of these individuals have known they're here for a reason, but not quite known what it is they're supposed to do. And a lot of those individuals are now having their mission revealed to them, because that's something that's been hidden as well. That's one of the positive reasons that your mission's been kept hidden from you. It's not been something negative. Here's your blueprint, here's your mission, but we're not going to tell you what it is because you don't deserve to know. It's more, we will keep this hidden from you because we are preserving it, we are protecting it, we are sealing it hermetically until such time as you are ready to know your mission. And by the time we deliver your mission to you, it can no longer be harmed, it can no longer be used against you, it can no longer be stolen from you, it can no longer be hijacked, because the time period has come where that can no longer be done. And that's why the mission is revealed en masse to many, many people at the same time, for there is strength in numbers, united you stand. That's the protection. The protection is rising up together as one in a large group. Then these other groups, they don't know who to hijack, they don't know who to go for. There's too many of us. And that's our empowerment. Our empowerment, whilst it's individual, it is expressed in its fullest capacity collectively. As a group, we are more powerful than any of us realize. So that's why your mission will have been hidden from you as well. And the great reveal this year, this time period, this month, the winter solstice, your mission is being revealed to you, and your mission will entail being there for your brothers and sisters who are shocked awake from their slumber, because you hold the rainbow codes and the golden thread. So that's part of your mission. What it is will be something that you have been training for since birth, certainly since childhood. That's the clue. Look back. What is it you wanted to be? What was your dream? What did you want to be when you grew up? I don't just mean a little fantasy like I want to be, I want to fly an aeroplane, or, I want to drive a fire engine, or I'm talking about a genuine desire to do something. And it will come out in all the games you played, and the dreams that you had, and the imaginations that you had. So that's a clue. What did you want to be when you were a child? So you who hold the rainbow codes and the golden thread, that's you, the starseeds, the awakened individuals, you shall be there for your brothers and sisters who are shocked awake from their slumber. So your mission, your divine mission, either as a healer or a messenger or an activator, a revealer, many, many words to explain who these individuals are and what they're here to do. You will be here for your brothers and sisters. You're here for the rest of humanity and individual structures outside of humanity. So if you are an individual who's assisting souls to pass over, extraterrestrials to, I mean, there's just so much that you could be here for, and you may not necessarily be here to work with physically incarnated individuals. You may be here to help individuals who are in the non-physical realms. And they want so much to stay asleep. Why? Because it's not easy, even in a slow, sweet spiritual awakening, to look at the shadow. It's much harder to look at the shadow when it's thrust in front of your face and you've no choice but to look at it. So you want to say, go away, I cannot look at you. It's taking them out of the reality that they believed in, the reality that they have subscribed to. This is my reality and I'm safe here. I like my day-to-day reality. I like what I'm doing. I don't want this to change. That's really why they want to stay asleep. I don't want this to change. Let me stay in this reality where I believed everything was good, where I believed everything was as I saw it to be. Why have I got to be shown that my reality is not what I thought it was? Why have I got to be shown that everything I've ever known is a complete lie? All that kind of thing. So that's why they want to stay asleep. It's far more comfortable. And return to sleep after awakening. So they'll go through an awakening, not like what they see, because it's a rude awakening. They want to go back to sleep. Take me back to where I was. That, of course, anyone who's awakened will know that it doesn't work that way. Once you've awakened, you have triggered a code within, and it's incredibly difficult to turn it off, if not impossible. If you did manage to go back to a reality where you think you've turned off that code, what you're actually doing is entering into a psychological defense mechanism where you are forcing yourself to not activate that code, because once a code is activated, it's come online, so it will be working away in the background, if you like. So once you've had an awakening, it's very, very difficult to turn away from that. But these individuals want to. They want to go back to sleep, but they've seen the new reality. The new reality they've seen, though, is not going to be moonlight and roses and unicorns and rainbows like we have seen. They will hopefully, and that's the intention here, get there. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to help them with this. We're here to do whatever we can to help the others make this shift, this journey. And many will make this journey, and they will come to that fifth dimensional place, and they will find the new earth. That's what we are set for. But it does look at the moment that the timeline is showing that many will need assistance, and some may not make it to that new earth, if you like. But that hasn't happened yet, and there are many timelines. So we are aiming to go for the timeline. We are intending to go for the timeline where humanity move to the new earth. That's our intention. If we can see that timeline, that's the timeline we're manifesting. They want so much to stay asleep and return to sleep after awakening. And you who try to help them, so that's you, who hold the rainbow codes and the golden thread, the starseeds, the aware ones, the healers, the messengers, you who try to help them, you may well stand as the brunt of their frustrations. They don't know who to direct their anger and their frustration at. They don't know who to take this out on. Their reality has been shocked, and they have seen a reality that they didn't know existed that has changed everything for them, and they don't like it and they don't want to see it. So the person who's trying to help them, or the structure that's trying to help them, whether it's coming in the form of a book, a video, a television program, music, art, codes, wherever wherever it's coming from, if it's you in physical form, in incarnated form, and you're trying to help them, you may well stand as the brunt of their frustrations. Well, this has already happened. If you look at all the whistleblowers of third dimensional hidden agendas, service to self agendas, you look at the spiritually aware individuals who are out there teaching, can you find one that hasn't had frustrations thrown at them? I can't think of any. There will be individuals that will shoot the messenger. That's what this is about, because they don't know where else to direct their anger. So they're saying, no, what you're saying is false. This reality doesn't exist. You are crazy. You are insane. You know, it's the only way. And that's the psychological defense mechanism. What's so difficult for these individuals who are being shocked awake is this reality, this hidden reality is being shown to them through different threads. It's not just one. So for example, if it was one person that was awake and aware, teaching them about this other reality and the truth about the third dimensional hidden agendas on a service to self level, everybody could say, you are one person and you are crazy. You know, that person is crazy. And they would not only believe that, but they would have proof of this. They would have their own inner proof of this, because no one else is saying the same thing, only that one person. Again, this is why we rise together. This is why we come up together collectively, and that's where our power is, because the individual can hear one person say this, and no, you're crazy, you're insane, that this reality is not what you say, this reality is what I have lived all these years, and I will not be told that my reality is not what it is. And then they hear it again and again and again from all these different people. And they start to think, well, hang on a minute. So many people are saying the same thing. Could this be right? Could this actually have some validation? And it's harder and harder for them to use the defense mechanism and go back to sleep. So they can't switch off that awakened code. So you who try to help them, you may well stand as the brunt of their frustrations. So you need to have some really good love and understanding and compassion and forgiveness in place to be able to deal with this. And if you can't, if somebody is frustrated with you because you are their messenger or their healer or trying to help them, and you are not dealing with their frustrations coming back at you, then I would say work on that. That's the part of your journey you need to look at, and work on ways that you could deal with their frustrations being thrown at you. And I would say it might be difficult for you to go public. What I mean by that is speak to many or help many at the same time. If you are someone with a public platform, ideally you will have been through in your own life ways to bring you to a point where you do have love, forgiveness, compassion, understanding, so that when individuals throw their frustrations at you, you can find ways to deal with that. And how I do that is, I know how, because I remember awakening myself, and I remember being frustrated myself when I first woke up. It wasn't really a frustration in the same way. It was more of a great big surprise, and you know, it does have its scary side to it. But I understand how difficult it is for these people, because they have been living in a controlled reality. And many of these individuals, if not all of them, have been subjected to this mass mind control and this dumbing down and this hijacking. So our mission was to come here and assist. So that's what we're doing. We have to try and understand the anger and the frustrations from those who we are assisting. It's understandable, but you must bring up boundaries. Don't allow yourself to be a spiritual or emotional target or a punch bag or whatever. Bring up your boundaries. So it's very much like, I love you, I understand, I forgive you for being so horrible to me, or whatever it is they're doing. I understand, and I'm okay, it's fine, but I will not tolerate this. No, sorry. So you have to bring your boundaries in. You must be firm. It's like being a mother to a child. You love your child, but if your child is naughty and playing up or doing something dangerous for themselves, then you will say, I love you, and this is what we'll do, and this is what I'm willing to do, but that is stepping over the boundaries, and I will not tolerate that. So you need good boundaries, good, strong, firm boundaries. Don't be afraid to bring those in and show your strength and the side of you that is empowered. This is the indigo side, this is the male side, this is the inner dragon. Do not be afraid to show your inner dragon. It is there to protect you and to make you stand strong. And at the same time, do not be afraid to open your heart and be compassionate and loving and show your crystal side, the inner angel. So many ways to look at that. You may well stand as a target for their distress and emotional unbalanced displays. So that kind of says the same thing, but you may well stand as a target for this. And the reason why this is brought into this particular channeling is, although this has been going on for the teachers, the whistleblowers, those who are out there in the public eye, this is not just happening to those people. This is happening to anyone who holds the rainbow codes and the golden thread. So you may not have a public platform at all, or even want one. You may be very much in the shadows with your spirituality, but the minute you try to assist, even in the smallest way, you may find that you are a target for distress, and you are the one that is seen as the deliverer of this unwanted reality. So it's not easy to be the healer, the teacher, the messenger. It's not easy to be the revealer, and there will be starseeds that are still remaining in. When I say in the shadows, I don't mean in the shadow aspect. I'm talking about the hermetic seal, the 13, the hidden. There will be starseeds that are still there, because they will come online at a later date when yet more strength is needed. This is a wave. This is a wave of movements. So there will be individuals who are fully aware that it's not their time yet to speak. It's not their time yet to rise. They do this energetically, but will stay very, very in disguise within the third dimensional reality, and will come out when they are needed, when that wave touches them. So yes, that was part 13. The 13, the hidden agenda, not the hidden agenda, but the reveal of the hidden agenda, the hidden reality, and it coming to light, it being revealed. And again, that's also the meaning of apocalypse, apocalyptic. Apocalypse doesn't necessarily mean crash down, fall down, or massive change. It also means massive reveal. So that's the 13. And there's much more to say about the 13. And if you are interested in moving into that energy, it's a very powerful and loving energy, then ask your guidance system to lead you to the 13, the energy of the 13, and it will show itself to you. So part 13, as I said, I didn't plan for that particular text to be in part 13. So this is how the synchronistic energies work. And I would like to thank you very much for listening, and I will be back soon with part 14. So take care, have a lovely day, see you soon. Bye.
We are now at a time in our planetary evolution known as ascension. Those individuals we can call starseeds are currently in their millions and are collectively going through this awakening process. In this book, the 9 bring forward memory triggers designed to act as a catalyst into the awakening process. They present a model of working with the individualized matrix field, known also as the Merkaba, through matrix architecture, Merkaba magic, and the golden triad of ascension, presenting an in-depth analysis and explanation of the twin flame consciousness and how this relates to the ascension, as well as providing triggers to the collective memory experience known as Atlantis. This transmission is designed to trigger your multidimensional memory as you begin the construction of the Merkaba matrix and embrace the inner archetype of the architect. The triggers contained within this material are there to assist you in accessing the codes for the new formation of the original crystalline DNA matrix. I, Magenta Pixie, am so happy to present this transmission to you from the White-Winged Collective Consciousness of 9. Divine Architecture and the Starseed Template.